Hi everyone, Josh Farrell here with Wine Express. I'm very excited to have a special guest with me today. This is Lamberto Frescobaldi. He's the owner of Frescobaldi Winery in Tuscany, or all the wineries in Tuscany. And it's an extraordinary story, and company dates back thousands of years. They've been producing outstanding Tuscan wines, and wines that all of you I know really enjoy, as we've seen over the years. And Lamberto is here, and we're going to talk about a couple of his wines today. Welcome, Lamberto.
Thank you, Joshua. It's nice to be here. Now, you introduced me saying I'm the owner. Frescobaldi is actually a family business, so
of course.
We are cousins, uncles. It's a big family.
A big family. And everybody gets involved.
Not everybody, but the good thing is that everybody gets to drink the wine.
Most important, right?
Exactly, indeed. And we spread over time through Tuscany. Mm-hmm. So we have different estates in different locations of Tuscany.
Yes. How many different estates are there?
And now we are more than 8 different estates. Yeah, and from east of Florence, south of Florence, also one tiny on an island of Tuscany. So all the way down to the toe of Tuscany, where we produce mostly rosé, to the mountains of Tuscany, because in Tuscany we have mountains, we have
right.
snow also.
Quite a varied terrain.
And there we produce mostly white wines with Chardonnay and also sparkling wines. And then the rest of Tuscany, they are all the expressions of Sangiovese. That is our really main variety of Tuscany, of Italy, of the Frescobaldi.
Which is what we're going to focus on today.
And then, indeed, we're going to focus today on 2 wines. May I?
Yes, please. Yes, we have the Chianti Rufina Riserva from the Nipozzano estate. This is the 2018, the latest release.
By the way, this decanter is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
And Nipozzano is a little bit the wine of the tradition.
Mm-hmm. So it's in the northern part of Tuscany, first of all.
It's east.
So east, but
northern part of Tuscany and east of Florence.
Right, but also the northern part of Chianti.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the Classico region, which is further south.
Yes.
In Rufina, you get wines that are a little more bright, a little more lively acidity, right?
Indeed. Chianti is a fairly large area, all divided in sub-zones.
Yes.
And Rufina is one of them, is the smallest one. So maybe it's also the one that is less known.
But let me just point out that I'm getting a really nice mouth-watering quality to this wine from the bright acidity. And you still get those wonderful black cherry notes. 2018, how was the 2018 vintage? I understand it was pretty good, right?
2018, a terrific vintage that had the good, nice, rainy, wet winter. Mm. So the soil
got all the water it needed.
The water,
yeah.
Because our vineyards don't have drip irrigation.
Right.
We don't have water.
Yeah, of course.
In the summer. And the water that we have, we use it for ourselves. We take showers with that. We don't give it to the plants. So a nice, good summer. And what does it mean, a good summer? It means that it was nice and warm and sunny, but also we had some showers every now and then. Mm-hmm. So the plant didn't go too much under stress. Right. That can be it's somewhat of a difficulty of Chianti, that sometimes when the really long dry summer, the Chiantis, the vineyards go a little bit under stress, and the tannins become a little bit too firm.
Right.
Instead, in this case, the tannins are nice and juicy, they're polished.
Definitely. So this wine gets aged in cement tanks and in large oak casks.
After fermentation, that is partially in oak and partially in stainless steel and partially in cement. Then it goes to oak, where it's going to be aged, and both a large cask, typical of what Chianti was,
Right.
and also in barrels,
Oh.
225-liter barrels. That has really gave this wine a great stability at the wine, because the oak of the barrel stabilizes the color.
Adds a little tannin too.
It adds
also.
a little tannin, but also polymerize the tannins, because it gives that extra oxygen on the aging time.
Okay.
So the wine is actually a little bit more open when it goes to bottle.
Sure.
And
sure.
you don't have to wait your nephews to open this bottle.
Right. No, this is drinking beautifully right now. But it's also a wine that has a nice core to it that I think you could age this bottle for a number of years.
Indeed. Nipozzano has a tradition of being a place where the wines are great to be aged. We have a selection and a collection of wines in Nipozzano. They go back to 1864. 1864. So we don't need to wait 150 years to open it. But
So have you tried one of those wines?
I haven't. No, the oldest one I tried was 1902,
Wow.
and I'm alive, so you could say it was good.
And it was exceptional. Huh?
It's a special place. What we've been able to do in these last 20 plus years is to make this wine actually very agreeable and pleasant and complex to be drunk also young.
Okay. Wonderful.
Cheers.
Let's move on to our Brunello. So of course, Brunello is
Lovely.
the king of Tuscany, right?
Brunello is the king of Tuscany, is yet made with the same variety
Right.
of this used in Chianti. In Chianti is mainly Sangiovese. Instead, in Montalcino is 100% Sangiovese.
Right.
So we are obliged of using only one variety. This, you just pour me CastelGiocondo 2016, is the latest vintage that is on the market. It will be coming very soon, 2017, because for Montalcino we have to wait 5 years prior to go on the market. So 2016 plus 5 is 2021.
Right. You're required
And
to
so-
age the wine that long before you can
Exactly.
release it. Yeah. You know, I know this is also a wine that I know ages tremendously. So even though it's aged 5 years before it's released, you can still put it in your cellar and age it another, 10 years or more, right?
10 years, 20 years or more.
Yeah.
So these wines, these wines last forever. Your cellar needs to be
Right, it needs to be a good cellar, yes, of
a
course.
good cellar.
I know this ends up on the best cellaring wines lists all the time.
Yes, this is the uniqueness of this variety. Sangiovese spreads through Italy, from Veneto down to Sicily. With this variety, you are able to do the most inexpensive, easygoing bottle of wine. Sometimes bag in the box is made with Sangiovese,
Right.
and at the same time, that variety, according to where it's planted, is going to produce wines that they age tremendously well. Like this is the vintage Brunello, but then we also have the Reserva. But these wines last 50 years.
So the nose on this is obviously very different.
The
Even
nose
though,
is
yes,
noted.
we're smelling Sangiovese, but I'm getting all those really nice tobacco notes, a little bit of eucalyptus note, also that beautiful cherry note.
And you've got layers of aroma. There is not one that sticks out.
Yeah,
That sometimes makes
floral notes,
yeah.
dried fruit.
Layers of aroma is important because it makes the wine very intriguing. And each time you go back to it, you find something else, find something new. And because the wine like this has to be has to make you intrigued.
Sure.
by it.
Absolutely. So I don't get the same bright mouth-watering quality that we got on the Nipozzano, but I get a real richness. It really kind of opens up on the palate, mouth-filling.
This Montalcino is famous to produce wines that are a little bit more a ballerina on toes. So you have to behave yourself a bit, and she's not gonna tell you a story right away. It's gonna to be this wine wants to take time.
So it's
Wants
going to
have
unfold a
nice
little
glass
bit.
like this.
Yes, so as we sip
and
this over the
play.
next hour or so, we're going
Yeah.
to see more and more from this wine.
More and more from this wine, exactly.
Absolutely.
This is the beauty of wine that have complexity, because you do not get bored with it. And
I can't imagine ever getting bored with this wine. This is lovely wine. And I want to thank you for joining me.
Thank you, thank you.
This was great.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.